Hi, Ross.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. A little chilly here today. How about you?
Same. A little chilly as well, but nothing we can't handle.
Oh, well, you guys can handle anything.
Oh my. I wouldn't go that far. I feel like people start really questioning things at like minus 32. So
Oh, well, oh, God. I couldn't handle minus 32.
And then when we waited and started fighting.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hi, Mom.
Hi, bye.
Literally my favorite thing.
What do we need? Anything special?
If you have some dumbbells handy, those will likely be beneficial. But aside from that, maybe a mini band if you don't end up using your dumbbells, but that's pretty well it. No like boxes or anything today.
So what type of workout is it? I have a new Apple Watch.
Oh,
So
wow.
set them efficiently. So is this more of a mixed cardio or is it more strength, fundamental,
I would say
cross?
like fundamental or like functional.
Okay, functional. Okay.
Yeah. So one more minute. I believe we're expecting somebody else. Oh, yes, Alicia. Lita, I'm so glad that you hopped on. I've been thinking about you because you were doing our sessions beforehand, but I'm glad to see you at least once.
Yeah, hi. It took me a while to get my life together, but here I am.
That's all good. I'm happy you're able to join. All right, guys, so that's noon. I will toss our workout or warm up rather up on the screen share so that we can get started. I'll just speak to it quickly and then I will demo our exercises and we will go from there. So initially, right up there, we are going to work through an EMOM, so the timer will be up for you guys as we work through all of the movements. We have 40 seconds of a plank army crawl. I personally don't have the space to be crawling, so I will just be holding a plank personally. Sorry, somebody is texting me to try and get into the session as well. We also have frog pumps for 30 reps, just want them to be nice and fast. And then finally, we also have 10 per side plank rotations, all within that 1 minute. So of course, as with any EMOM, remaining time in the minute is rest, and we'll get started. So I will show our exercises real quick, and then I'll put our timer up on our screen share. It's really hard to do more than one thing at once. So if you have the space to crawl, you're literally in a forearm plank and you're crawling back and forth. Personally, I max out pretty fast, so I'm not even going to bother. You can't see me because I didn't switch my camera. We'll get there. Thank you. There we go. Next one is our frog pump. So the bottom of the feet come together as though we're in a butterfly. And then from there, you're laying down and back, and we're raising our hips up toward the ceiling. So because we are looking for speed in this particular one, it'll be like a touch and go very fast. Following that, oh man, we're getting there. Side planks, rotations, or conversely, you can do the variation where hand is at the back of the head and you're tucking your elbow down and in. Do we have any questions? Lovely. Alrighty, so I'm going to throw our timer up on the screen share. I'm going to get back to John, who's trying to hop in with us. And we are starting with our 40 seconds, either plank or plank army crawl, whichever you have the room for. Getting started in 3, 2, and go. Good job, everybody. I'm so glad you made it in, John. I was literally just sending you the link. I wanted to get everyone going on our warm up, and I was going to pass it along to you, but Yeah, you can count on me to be consistent. It's the same thing every time. Rest, if you're holding your plank or your plank army crawl, I know the timer only says 30 seconds remaining and it should say 20, but I forgot to start it. So we're just gonna call that square. We have 20 seconds before we are hopping into the frog pumps for 30 reps. I promise I will get my shit together. So remember, bottom of the feet are together as though we're sitting in butterfly. Just touch and go reps nice and fast, 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and go. Good, squeezing the glutes, driving the hips up. Once you're finished, just resting. We'll still be down on the floor. Our final movement will be that side plank, 10 per side rotations. If you want to put any music on or anything like that in the background, please feel free. Like I said, I have not yet mastered how to play audio and not cover up my own voice through the Zoom calls. So if anyone knows how to do that, you let me know. In just over 5 seconds, we'll be into the side plank. Remember, options for fully arm extended or hand at the back of the head. And we're rotating 10 per side. Of course, remember 2 in our side plank. If you have your feet stacked, that is great. If you are doing a staggered stance, I want our front top leg in front. Doing both sides in this minute. Awesome, good rotations, everybody. We have 20 seconds remaining. We're gonna do 3 sets of this. So we will be back to our plank, army crawl, or plank. Just over 5. In 3, 2, and holding your plank or crawling forward and backward. Nice work, guys. Just breathing. Just over 10 seconds remaining for time here. In 3, 2, and resting. We'll be back to our frog pumps, flipping over. In 10 seconds, bottoms of the feet come together, tucking them in close to the groin. In 3, 2, 30 reps, please. Touch and go, nice and fast. Good work, everybody. Almost there. And then we'll be back into our side planks. So about 20 seconds before we hop into those side planks. And 3, 2, and side plank. With that rotation, 10 aside. Awesome, guys. Just resting once you're done. We do have one more set before we're gonna rest and transition into our first circuit. We will be back to our regular plank coming up next. Today's warm-up is a lot of core. I'm kind of digging it though. In 5 seconds, 3, 2, and planking. Or you're walking that army curl forward and back for 40 seconds. Like I said, I don't really have the room, so I'm not even gonna bother because I max out after about 3 steps. But if you have the room, that's wonderful. If you are crawling forward and back or just planking in general, trying to let our butt pike into the air too much, want to think about our hips and ribs coming together. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, resting. Back to our frog pumps, 10 seconds. Getting ready in 3, 2, and go. 30 reps, please. Looking good, guys. Squeezing the glutes, driving the hip up. And lastly, we'll be back to side planks. Lots of time for rest here. Man is already getting warm, guys. Holy smokes. That's what I get for wearing a long sleeve shirt. In 15 seconds. Coming to our side plank position, rotations in 3, 2, and go. Once you've done your 10 per side, you can take a rest, grab a quick drink. I will be bringing our next circuit up onto our screen share so you guys can have a look at it too. Perfect, looking strong, guys. Good job. Alrighty, so like I said, first circuit is up on our screen share. For anyone who has actively been participating in the Jack to Frost Challenge, meaning that you have all of the programming kind of ahead of time, you know what's coming, this is not going to be quite the same as what is prescribed. And that's simply because I want to make sure things were efficient for us. And what was previously prescribed didn't really have like much of a timing system. And when I did the math with all of our tempo, it simply just wasn't going to work. So I made some adjustments, meaning that we're still doing the same prescription, but you have to complete, we're treating it like an EMOM. You have to complete all of the reps of that one particular exercise with tempo in a minute and a half. Then we're moving on to the next one, same format, minute and a half to complete. Remaining time at the end is your rest, okay? Will take us about 18 minutes. We're gonna do 4 rounds straight, and then we're moving on. So our first movement is going to be an offset push-up. Offset simply means that you will have one hand or side elevated in comparison to the other. So one's on the floor, one's on a book, something like that. We do have a tempo, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down on the push-up, and a rep range of 10 to 12. In our second minute, we do have the prisoner good mornings. If you have dumbbells, you can add them there, and I'll show you in a moment. 4 seconds on the way down, 2 seconds up, 12 to 14. Lastly, we have hip thrusts, very similar to the frog pump, just slightly different foot position. That will be a 2 seconds on the way down with a 2-second hold at the top. Same thing, 12 to 14 reps. And you can add a dumbbell or band there as well. So we'll have a quick peek at what all of these movements look like, and then we will get started. Timer will be available for you guys as well. So like I said, offset push-up. I'm going to use a kettlebell because I have that kind of easily available. So like I said, 2 seconds up and 2 seconds down. So you're just slowing it down a little. It's not a very slow eccentric, but just a little bit more focus on the tempo following that. Like I said, prisoner good mornings, typically like this is our prisoner position. Feet are hip width apart, toes are facing forward. We're in a hinge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So nice and slow on the way down, a little bit faster on the way up. One thing about using hamstrings, glutes, make sure we have a nice neutral spine, hips are tucked back, shoulders are pulled down and back. You can add a dumbbell, kettlebell, anything in goblet position here or behind the neck, whatever is comfortable. Lastly, we had our hip thrusts. This one had a 2-second hold at the top and then a 2-second eccentric. So in this position here, you could add a dumbbell to the crook of the hip or a mini band just above the knee. Make it a little bit more challenging for yourself if you have those available. Do we have any questions? Lovely. All righty. So we are starting back with those push-ups. Make sure you have something to place your hand on available, and I'll bring our timer up for us on screen share. Alrighty, so we are starting with 10 to 12 per side on the push-up. Remaining time is rest. Keep your tempo, but obviously try and be efficient. We're getting started in 3, 2, and go. On these push-ups, of course, if from toes is a little bit too challenging for you, you can drop down to the knee. That is no problem at all. If you need any additional modifications, please just let me know. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. So nothing crazy. It's a little bit of emphasis on tempo and form. Nice, looking good, everybody. Keep it up. We have about 45 seconds remaining. You do want to be working on that other side by this point. In this first minute particularly, we're likely going to be working for the entire minute and a half. We will catch up on our rest on the prisoner good mornings and the hip thrusts, I promise. Looking good, guys, 25 seconds. Want to be finishing up those reps. 10 seconds here. We do have our good mornings to follow. 12 to 15, sorry, 14, 3, 2. Hands behind the head, feet hip width apart. 4 seconds down and 2 seconds up. 12 to 14 reps. Remember, you're only hinging until you really feel that tension in the hamstrings, and then you're squeezing, using the hips and glutes to drive yourself back up. Awesome, looking good, guys. There you go. Also, to make this more challenging, if you do have one of those larger loop bands, you can stand on it and place it behind the neck. That's another option as well. Make things a little bit more intense for yourself. 4 seconds down and 2 seconds up. Once you've done your 12 to 14, we're resting. Nice, guys, we have about 30 seconds here. We do have our hip thrusts up next. All right, just having a peek at our form here, making sure everything's looking good. About 12 seconds. So for our hip thrusts, we have a 2-second hold at the top, 2 seconds down, 12 to 14 reps. I'm gonna toss a mini band on. 3, 2, let's get started. If you have a mini band on, it goes just above the knee. Looking good, guys. Staying grounded through the feet. Knees should be driving in line with the toes or just slightly outward. The closer in your heels are to your butts, the more glute activation you're going to get. The further away, the more hamstring focus you're going to get. So you can kind of choose if you want to target a specific muscle group there, you can get a little bit more out of that. Once you've completed all your reps, we are resting. We're going to be back to our push-up after this. Nice, looking good. We still have 30 seconds. In about 10 seconds, we're going to get started on those push-ups. 10 to 12 per side, 2 up, 2 down. In 3, 2, and go. Awesome, guys, looking good. Great job. Knees are always an option if you need a little more support. Great job, everybody. Just breathe in. We are at our 45-second point. Want to be working on that other side if you're not already. Awesome, guys, looking strong. I know it's a lot of tension through the chest there. That is the point. A little bit of switch up to your standard push-up, which I like. We have about 15 seconds here before we're coming up for our prisoner. Good morning. That will be 4 seconds down, 2 seconds up, 12 to 14 reps. All right, guys, feet hip width apart. Let's get started. Good. Keep it nice, slow. 4 seconds on the way down. Lita, is that 4 seconds, men? Slower. Awesome. Good. Nice. Perfect. Roz, I don't think you have to come quite so low. As soon as you hit that parallel point, I would start coming back up. Yeah, there you go. Nice. We do have a soft knee. Don't want them to be locked out fully, just a slight light bend to them. Awesome, guys, looking good. Once you've got all your reps done, just resting, we're gonna come back down to the floor for those hip thrusts. Awesome, looking good, guys. Great job. 15 seconds. So remember, you can toss a band on these knees, or if you are using a dumbbell, I want you to place it in the crook of your hip. So I'll just rest gently there, and you'll kind of hold it with your hands. In 3, 2, 2 second hold at the top, 2 seconds down, touch and drive. 12 to 14 reps, please. Doing great, everybody. Lots of glutes. Remember, you can change up that foot position depending on what muscle groups you want to work. Coming up to about that 45-second mark, so lots of time. We are going to be back to our push-ups, starting set number 3. I tell you, this kettlebell is maybe a little bit higher than I would like on my offset push-ups and get a lot of stretch at the bottom. Just over 10 seconds before we get started. 10 to 12 aside, 2 up, 2 down. Finding that position, 3, 2, and go. Looking good, guys. Getting those reps in. Knees are an option too as we fatigue. Good job. Keeping those seconds and tempo kind of slow. I like to talk Mississippi's personally. That might be a little slow for some, but we do have to make sure there's that second in there. We are over our 45-second mark, guys. Should be working on that other side if you're not already. Last 30 seconds here. Doing great, everybody. Nice work. We've got about 10 seconds before we're returning to the prisoner good mornings. Hands behind the head in 3, 2. We are hinging, laying flat back, 4 seconds down, and 2 seconds up. Awesome. Great job, guys. Those are looking wonderful. Keep going. Nice work, everybody. Glutes to bring you back up. Really squeeze and drive the hip forward at the top. We have about 45 seconds here. Awesome job, guys. Just breathing when it's comfortable. It's not always super convenient to breathe at a specific time when doing this kind of tempo. So just find whatever point is manageable for you. We have about 20 seconds before we're hopping back into that hip thrust. 10 seconds. Want to be finding the floor. In 3, 2, and go. 2-second hold at the top. 2 seconds down. $12 to 14 reps here, please. Doing great, guys. Really squeeze the glutes as hard as you can at the top. Nice controlled descent. Looking strong, guys. Once you've completed all your reps, just resting. We do have one final set. We have about 35 seconds left on the clock here. So I think on our last set, we're going to issue some challenges. I think push-ups will be the same because they take us basically the entire time. But on our prisoner good mornings and hip thrusts, let's say a range of 15 to 20 reps. All right. Yeah. Just over 5 seconds, finding your position. Getting started on our push-ups in 3, 2, and go. Good, keeping that tempo. Last set of all of these exercises for today. Nice work, everybody. Keep breathing. Coming up to about our 45-second mark. Want to be getting ready to switch if you haven't done so. Breathing when it's convenient. Keep it up. We have about 20 seconds here. In 10 seconds, we've got our good mornings. Remember, our challenge has been issued. 15 to 20 reps. Still keeping that tempo. In 3, 2, and go. 4 seconds down. And 2 seconds up. Doing great, everybody. Nice job. Remember, still emphasizing that neutral spine. Shoulders are pulled down and back, chest is open. We have that slight posterior tilt in our pelvis. Neutral or posterior. I just don't want us tucking our butt under. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. Using those glutes to bring you up. We have about 25 seconds remaining on the clock here. Then we're transitioning back down to the floor last time. Go work, everybody. Great tempo. Nice job. 10 seconds. Getting ready to come to the floor in 3, 2, and go. Last set of hip thrusts, same challenge, 15 to 20 reps. 2-second hold at the top, 2 seconds down. Doing great, guys. Lots of time left. Let's try and get as much glute work as we can here. So 45 seconds left in this time. Coming down to our last 20 seconds. In 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, and take a rest. So while we're all grabbing a drink, I will toss our second circuit up on our screen share. It is going to be our last circuit for the day. So I'm going to put a 30-minute time cap on. We probably won't take that long, to be honest, but we will see how she goes. So it is 10 rounds. We have a variety of different exercises. What you're going to notice is the first 4 mirror what you're doing in the second 4. So we do have 5 straight leg sit-ups, that's standard. Then we're going to do 5 half Turkish get-ups only on the right side. We'll come to stand, 5 body weight windmills only on the right side, and then 5 inchworms. We'll then repeat 5 straight leg sit-ups. Then we're going to do half Turkish get-up on the left, windmill on the left, and then 8 toe touches. I don't know why 8 is the anomaly. Everything else is 5. You can do 5 or 8, whatever you want. Yes, so we're working through 10 rounds of those, 30-minute cap. So we'll quickly review all of our exercises and then we'll get started. So for our straight leg setup is exactly what it sounds like. You have your legs out in a little bit of a V, and then you're literally just sitting up. If you want to make this more challenging, you can hold a dumbbell at your chest. Otherwise, that's that. For our half Turkish get up, which side do I want to show you guys? So remember our start position in a normal Turkish get up. If I have my left hand in the air, that means my left leg is bent. That being said, the entire other side of my body is laying out flat. My right arm is out to the side to support. So a half Turkish get up is literally just coming to the seated position prior to when you would lift your hips up and then start threading your leg through. So simply in continuous reps, it's going to look like this. So what you're not seeing because of the angle I've given you is that on my other side here, I'm bending up onto my elbow and then pressing into my hand. So if you have a dumbbell that you want to hold in this hand, you definitely can keep it light. If you don't have dumbbells or anything, you can always hold a soup can if you really do want to do some weight, or even a shoe is like good to practice with, just keeping the motion and the balance. So once you've done 5 on that right side, you're going to come to stand. We are going to go about slightly wider than hip width apart. If I use my right hand, I'm going to turn my toes to the left, both of them. My other arm is stretched out in the air, and doing 5 windmills. So you can see primarily this is a hip shift. I'm shifting my hips back and to the side as I graze my hand, my left one, on the inside of my leg. All right. Lastly, we would have our inchworms. You can just walk your hands in, touch your toes if you want, and then go back out, or you can come all the way up to hip extension and then back out, whatever your preference. We'll then repeat straight leg, half Turkish get up, body weight windmill to finish out with 5 or 8 toe touches, which are those guys. Alrighty, so I'll be doing it with you, guiding you through. We are starting down on the floor with the straight leg sit-ups. Oh, straight leg, straight arm, meaning you could have your arms overhead. You do you, I'm flexible. So we'll bring our timer up real quick, just so we're all getting started at the same time. All right, guys, just 5 in 3, 2, and go. Perfect, good. Like I said, you can do straight arm 2 if you'd like, which is the part that I missed. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So on the Turkish get up, remember, if you have your right arm in the air, we have our right leg bent. That means that our left side is completely laying straight on the floor, and we're only coming to a full seated position. Following that, since we just used our right arm, it's going to go up in the air. We're going to turn our toes to the left, and we're sending those hip back on our windmill. So we want to think in opposites here. Once you've done 5 of those, we do have 5 inchworms. You want to walk those hands a little further out past high plank in our inchworm, totally fine. Feel free to do that. Whatever range you're comfortable with. Awesome, guys, looking strong. Once you finish your 5 inchworms, we're back to those 5 straight leg sit-ups. Then we have our Turkish get up on the other side. So our left arm will be in the air, left leg bent, pressing into our right elbow and hand. Try and keep your gaze on your hand. It's going to help drive you straight up to the ceiling. Since we just used our left hand, it's going to go up in the air, toes to the right. And then, of course, following that, we have either the 5 or 8 toe touches. Awesome, looking good, guys. Keeping an eye if anyone's having kind of any coordination issues or you don't know which arm is supposed to go in the air, that sort of thing. That was 1 round. We're going for 10. Feel free to get started again. We've got our straight leg sit-ups. Remember, our only difference between the rounds is in our first round, we're ending off with 5 inchworms. In our second round, we're ending off with 5 toe touches. I know I'm saying rounds, but I mean segments, I suppose, because both segments equal 1 round. Nice, awesome, guys, looking good. Just a little bit of functional movement today. Nice, good. Letha, you can widen those feet just a little bit, give those hips a little more room. I know you're flexible, but there you go. Remember, guys, if you feel any pain, strain, something's just not right, please let me know in the chat so we can work through it. Awesome, guys. If you need me to repeat the sequence again, just let me know. I'll go through it one more time now, and then I will probably stop boring you with it. So we have our 5 straight arm, straight leg sit-ups, 5 on the right, half Turkish get-up, 5 on the right, body weight windmills. We have 5 inchworms. We'll be back to the straight leg sit-up for 5. We're going to do our half Turkish get-up on the left for 5, body weight windmill on the left for 5. Then we have 5 or 8, whatever your preference, toe touches to finish out that second segment. If you can add weight or feel comfortable adding weight to any of these positions, please feel free. Good, nice. Just checking on people. You guys are crushing it. Good job. Just want to breathe through. We do have quite a bit of work ahead of us. So if at any point in time you need to take a quick rest, grab a drink, that is totally fine with me. We are going right to the very end of our session today. If you get done your 10 rounds before that, you're free to go. So make sure you keep track. I think most are likely coming up to the end of our second round. Lots of core on this one. I like it. Remember driving that hand straight to the ceiling if you're working on those half Turkish get-ups. Gaze is locked onto that hand. You can also keep the gaze on the hand in our windmill as well. Looking good, guys. Finding a steady pace. If you need any mods, just holler at me. Remember, when we're doing those windmills, I want to make sure that you've turned your toes away from the arm that's in the air, both toes. If we keep one straight and the other one's turned, it's still limiting our range of motion to move within the hip in the hinging position. We're rolling through 5 of each. Remember, in our Turkish get-up, if we're using our left arm, that is the left leg that is bent. Right arm and leg are both fully outstretched on the ground. We're going to press into the right elbow and then hand to bring ourselves to that seated position. And just working with whatever range of motion you have. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Awesome. Looking good, guys. Keep it up. Seeing some good windmills out there. Awesome. Nice work, everybody. John, I'm expecting some extreme modifications over there. Like things are just getting crazy. You're doing full Turkish get-ups, not half. Something like that. Yeah. Looking good, everybody. I believe most are working on their 4th set here, or at least getting close. Doing great. Solid pace, guys. In terms of time, we have about 13 minutes remaining in the session. Lots of time to keep working through. Just staying consistent. Just working through 5 of each. Nice, doing great, everybody. Finding the breath here. Want to exhale on the point of exertion. Try and keep those legs as straight as you can in those toe touches if you're working on that. I noticed even mine are starting to creep down a little. Probably reach for those ankles and toes. Looking strong, nice work. We're working through those windmills. Our lead leg, we'll call it lead leg, the one that's in front or furthest away from the midline, can have a slight bend to it. So we don't have to be totally locked out. You're gonna get a lot of strain in the hamstring there. Can have a soft bend to it. Perfect, here we go, looking strong. Nice job, everybody. You got it. Keep pushing through. We got 5 aside. Awesome, there we go. Nice job, guys. Good form, everybody. Perfect. Lots of core today. Keep it up, guys. Remember, like I said, if you need a second at all, feel free to take one. The movements aren't super intense, but they will catch up to us. That is a lot of rounds. Making sure we move with purpose. Poor form doesn't do anyone much good, so make sure we're moving with some intention. Nice, keep it up. Looking strong, everybody. In terms of time, we're down to 8 minutes. We're getting there, guys, getting there. Awesome work, everybody. I see some working on round number 5. Maybe you're into 6 already. Just breathing, nice steady pace. Being mindful of those toes in our windmills. Awesome, good job, everybody. Looking strong. We're coming down to our last little bit of time. Got about 4 minutes. Time's flying, guys. Holy smokes. Awesome, great job. Strong core here. Have we reached the point where we're forgetting what side we're working on? That just happened. Perfect, guys. Looking good. Good job breathing, pushing through. We are coming down to our last 2 minutes. Great job, guys. Final bit of time. Perfect. Looking strong, everybody. Ross, those toe touches are perfect. They're looking way better than mine. I don't know if you saw mine. They were terrible. Lita, is that a yoga block? I like it. Very functional. Down to our last minute, everybody. Almost time. Oh, we had some kiddos join us today. Awesome. Final 30 seconds. Roz, you're hilarious. I'm loving this dancing. Turn your toes to the left. Yeah, there you go. Right arm in there. You bet. Coming down, last 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and rest. You can finish up whatever reps you're on if you like, or your round. Otherwise, we are totally done for the day, guys. Great work, everybody. Can I, oh, I'm gonna unmute you all. Can I do that? Maybe. I don't know how. The Zoom, it's too much. Okay, have a good day, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you had a good session. Yes. Ah, that's great, Lita. Awesome. Can't wait to see you. Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, John. Did
Have a
things
good
get
day.
crazy over there?
Yeah. I mean, I used a few different things. I used weight for almost everything.
Oh, good. Nice. That's awesome. I was expecting like fancy things, you know.
No, I wasn't gonna do a full Turkish getup. That's a little bit excessive.
It would take you so long.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so
No
much.
problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.